Donald Trump has proudly and officially announced the newest member of the Republican Party. That man you see right there, Jeff Van Drew from New Jersey, from Congress. He announced this deal in the Oval Office just yesterday, and this is how it went down.
Jeff Van Drew, highly respected. In fact, I didn't know as a Democrat how you could have won in that district. I know the district very well, but that is a great tribute to you. But Jeff will be joining the Republican Party, and we were very fortunate. He voted our way yesterday, as you probably know, and we had a totally unified party. I don't think there's ever been a time where the Republican Party was so united. But Jeff will be joining the Republican Party, and I really, to me, it's a very exciting announcement.
It's very exciting because let's go to some of the parameters behind how he did it. It had been floated for a while that Jeff Van Drew was going to switch from Democrat to Republican, but he waited until after the impeachment vote in the House, of course. So that meeting in the Oval Office came one day after the House voted to nearly strictly around party lines approve 2 articles of impeachment against Trump for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress, as we already know. So Van Drew voted as a Democrat on Wednesday. He was one of 3 Democrats who defected and also voted against both one or both of the articles. Republicans were unanimous, of course, something Trump has cheered on. So when this happens with Jeff Van Drew, he's cheering even more. So Jeff Van Drew was asked Wednesday why he was remaining a Democrat just for that vote on impeachment, and he said the reason was he was switching parties. He told The Hill that he felt it was appropriate that he voted as a Democrat. Now, what appropriate exactly means is that he gets the chance to give one more win to Trump before he goes and pledges this loyalty. I want to go to that pledge really fast just now. Here's Jeff Van Drew talking about how much he loves Trump.
I guess what I say is I believe that this is just a better fit for me. This is who I am. It's who I always was, but there was more tolerance of moderate Democrats, of blue dog Democrats, of conservative Democrats, and I think that's going away. 2 more things I want to say. 1, you have my undying support.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And always.
And by the way, same way.
Okay. Undying support. Okay.
It's so Godfather.
Yeah, it really is. It is. It's a guy, a captain moving from one mob family to another.
Yes.
Well, you have my undying support, okay? Don Corleone Trump, okay? I pledge my loyalty to you.
For you,
okay. Okay.
I want a red tie.
Okay.
Long red tie.
All right. So two things here. One is Mehdi Hassan made the best point on this. He's like, you'll always have my undying support, said the guy who just switched parties. Not a great track record on undying support and staying with what you said earlier. So perhaps a little note of caution is necessary there. But to me, actually, the most important part was when he said about how he's switching over to a Republican, and he said, you saw it there. He said, it's who I always was.
Yeah.
And that's actually true. See, these blue dog conservative Democrats that Democratic leadership caters to nonstop, they were always Republicans. They vote Republican, they are Republican. They were using the label Democrat to trick people into voting for them. And so that's the only thing. But since Washington is all about partisanship and it's all about team loyalty, when he was a Democrat voting the same exact way with his Republican buddies, they were like, no, he has a D on his helmet. Nope, Democrat. Hey, progressives, don't challenge a guy like Jeff Van Drew. How dare you, our beloved colleague, Jeff Van Drew. He's such a wonderful Democrat. He votes with the Republicans, but he's a wonderful Democrat. He votes with the corporate interests, he votes with donors, but how dare you, he has a D on his helmet. Now they're all super mad at him. The same votes, the votes didn't change at all, okay? But now that he switched helmets and he has an R on his helmet, all the corporate Democrats are like, oh, how dare he, what a traitor, what a scoundrel. The D is now an R. Oh my God, that matters. No, all these conservative Democrats are in fact Republicans.
Right.
If you notice, I'm sorry, Francesca, you're gonna get to that, I promise. Interrupt you, Doug. But this is the thing, he's talking about how the party has switched, and that's why he had to go ahead and become a Republican full-fledged, because there's this progressive lean that's coming from now a few members coming into the party, and he's uncomfortable with that now. Because we had this constant, as far as Democrats, there was this constant catering to like, we have to make sure we have this legitimacy. towards being able to appeal to Republicans. I've said it so many times, when's the last time you've heard Republicans say, man, 2018, we got beat in the House.
Yeah.
We better make sure we go ahead and appeal to more progressives because we're gonna keep losing. No, they don't say that. Justin Amash had one thing to finally say about the president. He didn't leave that party. They kicked his off of all of these committees, and he said, I guess I gotta go now and become an independent because they don't like me anymore. Jeff Van Drew was not kicked out of the party. He said, I'm gonna leave now because you guys, with the 5 of you, have gone too far to the left.
Yeah.
Justin Amash got shoved. That's what the Republicans
do. And not to go back to the impeachment a little bit, but I do want to say that just because Democrats aren't good at claiming our victories doesn't mean we haven't won. And so, that's a perfect example of the 2018 midterms that it should signify to the other party that, geez, we should probably, listen up and watch our backs, and maybe they're coming for us, and maybe we should cool it on some of these issues or try to work bipartisan. But they don't do that. But I just think that with the impeachment, we have to remember none of this would be possible had voters not come out in record numbers with young people, people of color, people who traditionally in a midterm might not actually find and have the time to go to the polls, right? And that this entire process was thanks to the fact that there was a majority of Democrats in those committees. And so I don't want to just, again, I think we sort of get wrapped up in the impeachment kind of belonging to Pelosi or belonging to these, centrist Democrats. And I just want to remind us all that we came out to vote, we came out to mobilize, and folks around this country. So let's not lose sight of that. In terms of this, what a time to become a Republican from a Democrat. Well, now that you're just openly calling Mexicans rapists, I'm in. This is such a,
it's amazing.
Why not join the Republican Party? I don't know, in the 80s, I might get it, and in the 70s for sure, or even, George Bush Sr., who was I believe in amnesty for immigrants, but now it's just yeah, now that the hoods are on, let's go for it.
Or maybe the hoods are off.
Or the hoods are off, exactly, unclear.
So also, as we looked at Jeff Van Drew talking about his pledging his loyalty, this was actually the best part of it. So Catherine Falders, a reporter for ABC with the reports on the White House and Capitol Hill, she tweeted that she spoke to Jeff Van Drew right after, and this is what she had to say. She goes, just ask Van Drew about this, about him pledging his loyalty, by the way. This is the loyalty. She connected the video. I don't know if I said, did I say undying? This is Van Drew talking. I don't think it was undying. I usually don't speak that way. I said, I think you have my support, and he does. And then she connected the video, of course.
He sounds like me when I make fun of people who are backpedaling. Did I say undying? I don't normally say undying. I don't think I said undying. Did I say it? Because I thought I didn't say it, but I don't normally talk that way.
I meant
literally what he said.
Undead is what I meant.
It's weird, in the community, there's folks who say the devil made me do it. Yeah. When he shook his hands and he sold his soul, and then he blacked out because the devil had control of him. And he's
yeah, of course.
Did I say undying? Did I get on the
I was speaking in tongues. Weren't we all speaking in tongues? I didn't understand a word the president was saying.
Super last thing. If he switched back tomorrow to Democrat, the Democratic Party would take him.
Sure.
Isn't that sad? No. You vote with the Republicans, you support Donald Trump. You're not a Democrat. The Democratic Party is supposed to be the progressive party, not the corporate party. So bye, Felicia. But they'd take him the next day, and they brag about it.
They'd say,
that's
we
right.
got a Republican back.
Yeah. Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, Jayar. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.